Hello, I'm Ty Mason of the DiabetesCouncil.com, researcher, writer, and I have type 2 diabetes. Today I want to talk to you about diabetes reversal. After you watch the video today, I invite you to check out the description box for my new ebook. This is one of the most comprehensive diabetes meal planning book you can find. It contains diabetes-friendly meals and recipes for different goals such as 800 or 1800 calories per day meal plans, diabetes meal planning tips and tricks. There are also tons of diabetes-friendly recipes for everyone. Now let me begin by saying categorically that at the time of this video, there is no cure for diabetes. There are literally thousands of claims out there saying their product or their program can cure your diabetes. Simply put, they cannot. But this question asks if diabetes can be reversed. So to begin this conversation, we need to define what we mean by reversed. Now, if we are saying we can take our bodies back to the time before we had diabetes, then no. If we are talking about a state in which we can control our blood sugar without the use of any medications, the answer is maybe. Now let's talk about those with type 1 diabetes first. If you have type 1 diabetes, then you are insulin dependent. When you were first diagnosed, you may have gone through what is called a honeymoon period, in which your blood sugar kept dropping and dropping and you used less and less insulin. You may have even stopped using it altogether. By the way, researchers now feel that type 1s need to continue small injections of insulin to protect what insulin-producing cells they do have, even during that honeymoon period. But this honeymoon period will not last forever. If you have type 1 diabetes, then approximately 90% of your insulin-producing cells have been destroyed. They've not been damaged with a chance of repair. They are gone. It is impossible to reverse the damage done. While some think their diabetes has been cured or even reversed, this is a false sense of security. The process that destroyed the 90% of insulin-producing cells will destroy the remaining 10%. Ultimately, you'll be totally dependent on insulin. Type 1 diabetes cannot be reversed. As a matter of fact, it used to be called insulin-dependent diabetes. And this is not just my opinion. It's the opinion of the foremost diabetes center in the world, the Joslin Diabetes Center in Boston. As far as type 2 diabetes, well, as long as we are clear on the definition of reversal, I will say it's possible. Remember, I am adamant about the fact that there is no cure for diabetes. But I do feel it's possible for a person with type 2 to be able to go off their diabetes meds for a time and control their blood sugar. That would be a reversal. We cannot go back and reverse the damage done by having diabetes, but it is possible to control diabetes without medication. The most recent reliable research I could find on the subject was conducted in March of 2016. It was conducted by Professor Roy Taylor, Professor of Medicine and Metabolism at Newcastle University in Newcastle, England. Now, the work was an extension of a 2011 study that was in question because of the brevity of the study. That study had a theory that, quote, this research is part of a growing body of evidence showing that people with type 2 diabetes who successfully lose weight can reverse their condition because fat is removed from their pancreas, returning insulin production to normal. Now, in 2016, 30 volunteers with type 2 diabetes went on a strict diet of 650 calories per day for 6 months. Now, let me tell you right now, that's not a lot of food for 650 calories. However, the participants lost an average of 30 pounds. Now, they had to keep this weight off for another 6 months. The results were that of the 30, 12 that had type 2, who had been diagnosed less than 10 years, did reverse their diabetes. For those who had been diagnosed longer, they did not have the same result. The key to reversing diabetes is to lose weight and have regular exercise. In another study discussed by Michael Danzinger, MD, those with type 2 exercised for 175 minutes a week, limited their calories to 12 to 1800 per day, and got weekly counseling and education on these lifestyle changes. Within a year, 10% got off their diabetes medication or improved to the point where their blood sugar level was no longer in the diabetes range but classified as pre-diabetes. In every study I researched, it was apparent that the numbers of those who were able to reverse their diabetes were largely dependent on the date of diagnosis. Those who were newbies had a better chance of reversal. But even at that, The average of those who have been able to reverse their diabetes has been about 10%. Weight loss and exercise will not work for everyone. Part of the reason that some people have diabetes simply is that they're predisposed to it. It's in their genes. The reason we also call this a reversal rather than a cure, for those who have experienced reversal and then gained their weight back, guess what happens? Well, they start their diabetes meds again. I can attest to this firsthand. I was a 400-pound man at one point. I was in terrible shape in more ways than one. I dropped 185 pounds on a fad diet. It was great. I no longer needed any diabetes meds. I felt pretty good, and this went on for about 3 years. But when that diet I was on started affecting other parts of my body, I got very sick. I was told I had to stop that fad diet and try to return to a normal diet, or something very bad was going to happen to me. When I went off that fad diet, I gained 100 pounds in no time at all. I had to go back on my diabetes meds. Now since then I've lost 60 pounds through diet and exercise, eating sensibly, but I still have diabetes, and I still take diabetes meds. Did I reverse my diabetes for a time? Yes, I did. Is it possible to keep diabetes in reversal mode? Sure. But don't fall for these gimmick programs that promise to cure or even reverse your diabetes. Scientific research says it is possible, but not with a pill or a potion. It's possible through hard work of maintaining your diet and getting plenty of exercise. If you want to start a plan to begin a process that will hopefully reverse your diabetes, the first place to go is to see your healthcare provider. They will have safe plans for you to try. And if you need further assistance, my ebook has lots of great ideas for those who want to begin this process. You can find a download for it in the description box below. I hope this has answered your question concerning diabetes being reversed. Don't forget to get my new ebook, and please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ty Mason.